Hey, good afternoon, Colorado. Logan Austin, your Durango Realtor here. Wanted to take some time and talk about title companies and what title companies are doing right now to help us kind of in these uncertain times. And there's a lot of concerns out there that I'm sure clients have. So I brought my good friend, colleague, Josh Neiman, who actually runs the show over there at Land Title Guarantee, and just wanted to have a conversation and share with you guys what they're doing on their end to ensure we can still do business right now with the environment we're dealing with. So Josh, welcome. Thanks for taking the time.
You bet, Logan. Thanks for having me here today.
Yeah. So let's just jump right into it. What steps is Land Title doing right now to kind of ensure people can operate safely and still close transactions on time and conduct business, as we used to in the past?
Yeah, so what we're trying to do is really just try and eliminate some of those contact points. We have what we call a contact-free closing, and we also have a curbside closing. And in both of those instances, what we're trying to do is we're trying to get the documents to the clients via email or any other sort of medium where we can review and discuss and address any questions that they have prior to coming to the closing or the signing itself. We're also asking them to give us some sort of copy of their ID to where we don't have to get that copy at closing itself to eliminate one more touch point. And of course, we'll have to verify that ID when they do either come curbside or come into our closing room, just to ensure per the notary standards itself. But by doing that, it allows, so when they come into the office itself, we'll basically have their documents ready, a sanitized pen. We have sanitizer for them to basically wash their hands. All of our closers and presenters are washing their hands before and after each closing, just to protect everybody that's involved. So that when the signer gets here to the closing office, they basically can sit down, sign. The notary can verify that they are signing the documents that need to be notarized, but it essentially eliminates the time and the contact points while they're in the office. One other thing we're doing is several of our documents allow for e-signature to where we can get those out to where we're really just talking about a minimal amount of documents that require notarization on them, especially on the seller side. If there's a loan involved, we still have to sign all the loan docs. But again, we can have those ready for them, and then we just need to verify. And it really can happen where we're keeping our 6 foot distance that we all talk about with the social distancing, by verifying the ID as well as them signing the document required. The other one is that curbside closing that I mentioned, and this is for folks like we have a gentleman who is going through some chemo treatment right now, and he really wants to avoid all contact for his transaction. So what we do is we basically have containers. When he drives up, we'll be able to set that container by his car where he can open up the door, grab the container that will be sanitized. Inside, he'll have a bottle of sanitation. He'll have a pen. He'll have all the documents as well. The lid to this container is a big flat lid, flat platform where he can easily sign those documents, get them back in there, close it up, open his door, set it on the ground, and he can drive away. And then we can do our process to basically ensure safety on our end as well. So those are a couple things that we're doing as far as just trying to eliminate contact points and create safety measures for our customers, our clients, as well as our employees.
Yeah, that's awesome to hear that you guys are taking, really proactive steps, and as you mentioned, kind of protecting the general public as well as yourself, and ensuring that people can still conduct, business at the best of our ability, as much of a positive customer experience as you can at this point. Do you see any issues maybe on kind of the county level? I know a lot of people are concerned with on-time closings and dealing with clerk and recorder and kind of that level. Have you guys had any issues or foresee any issues there with recording closings and things like that?
So in La Plata County, we haven't seen any issues because we do all of our recording in La Plata County through e-recording. They have indicated to us that there should be no issue with that. We have had no issue. As far as correspondence, we have to pay tax bills. We're dropping off checks. It's a drop off. We have things that we're picking up. If it's a personal note that needs to get released or private party note that needs to get released and we need to get it back from them, we're basically just calling them and driving up and they're handing us the information. So, I know that they're not allowing public traffic, but we have had no issue continuing with business to this point. There are always concerns about when you talk about the shelter in place or shelter in home initiatives that could get put in place by the state or even the county, I understand. But those are things we're just, going to have to see how it goes. We are living kind of by day, but as of right now and for the immediate future, we don't really see any issues with that so far. So fingers crossed there.
Yeah, well, it's good to hear too that they can still operate at a high level. It's kind of one of those things that we maybe didn't know we were so well prepared to deal with something like this with e-recording and all that stuff. We thought of just kind of a modern convenience, and now it's almost kind of a standard that we have to kind of live by. Kind of last question I just want to kind of jump into is if I'm a client, either in a transaction or looking to kind of start a transaction, are there any potential snags I should be aware of, or should we just kind of really, operate as best we can as we used to and just kind of be all forward, all go,
I think just being conscious of all the different variables that are in play with all the different parties, with where mortgage rates are right now, we're very active in the refinance world, which that has with the lenders themselves, they've got a lot of volume on their plate. Appraisers, the same thing. So just realizing the time frames that are coming with that, with the backlogs themselves. Also, a lot of offices and a lot of businesses are operating with, it came down from the governor. We're currently in office. We're half staffed right now in the sense that only half of our employees are here in the office. The other half are working from home. We're set up to where they're contributing from there, but it has required us to make some adjustments to our process and how things are getting done. So just a little bit of grace with just the timing of things and understanding that when a contract comes in and there's a closing date on it, that oftentimes we like to try and all parties involved want to try and get those transactions closed as soon as possible. But just asking everybody to have some grace if they are looking to move it up, that there may be situations where it may not be feasible, where perhaps it was in the past.
Yeah, I think that's probably the best advice, right? Right now, in all aspects of our lives, a little grace, a little humility, and some gratitude is going to go a long way, and just maybe working together more collectively to make things happen in a positive way. So, it's all great information, Josh. Again, I really appreciate you taking the time and providing some insight on what you guys in the title company world are doing to help people out there looking to buy and sell homes and still operate as best we can with business as usual. So thanks again, Josh, and we'll look forward to seeing you again soon.
You bet. Thanks, Logan. Stay safe out there.
Likewise. Have a great day.
Yeah, bye-bye.